The conspiracy theory has been picked up. An opinion poll 2 years after 7/7 found that around a quarter of British Muslims questioned thought the government or MI5 were involved in the 7/7 bombings. This is the Central Mosque in Birmingham. We were invited to film at Friday prayers. On the agenda, 7/7.
How many people in this mosque, please raise hand, who do not accept the government version of 7th of July?
The mosque chairman, Dr. Mohammed Nassim, is a leading figure in the community.
I was doubtful from the very beginning of the story that as the story emerged, I thought it was too fast, too quick. Unless somebody has already prepared it.
Back at Birmingham Central Mosque, we were invited to a meeting to discuss the 7/7 attacks.
We are not talking about conspiracy, we are talking about an alternative view.
Like the 7/7 survivor Bruce Late, Dr. Nassim had also been sent a DVD anonymously in the post. Now he introduced 7/7 Ripple Effect at the meeting.
I don't know how many of you have watched the DVD, The Ripple Effect. Please raise hands who have watched the DVD. We have the DVDs. You can get it from the office. Please watch it.
Dr. Nassim made 2,000 copies of 7/7 Ripple Effect for the mosque.
A message from Modi.
The film's alternative theory of 7/7, in which the 4 British Muslims were deceived by the authorities and framed for the attacks, lands on fertile ground.
Actors or patsies?
This video is more compelling than the government version. The government has been lying from A to Z. Government lied about the weapons of mass destruction. Government lied Saddam Hussein's connection with Al-Qaeda. It's more than coincidence. What happened is exactly what it says in there.
So you think that the government could have caused July 7th?
Yes. I mean, after seeing this, nobody can doubt. My only question is how these people who have made this, the disc, where did they get the time and how did they observe the situation that they have been able to produce this? That is my only reservation. Other than that, I think if I know their source, of course I have no hesitation to accepting it.
If independent people can compile DVDs like this within, a certain amount of time, using very, they don't even have what government resources have. How can they come up with this sort of stuff and make it so believable to the public? And why can't the government do the same to make the public believe that this stuff is true? Why can't they do that in time?
Why are we being asked? Why do we trust the government's version? The question to be asked is why should we trust the government?
Massive effect.
There is much suspicion about the government here, which helps conspiracy theories find favour.
Whether the bombings were done by MI5, the Israeli Mossad, or both of them and/or others, has yet to be determined. But the one thing that we can be sure of is that it was not done by 4 young Muslims.
The ripple effect is more convincing than the government statement.
Why do you say that?
Because of the issues it has raised, because the flaws it has pointed to, which agree with the flaw that have already been pointed by other people too.
The evidence clearly shows these 4 men carried out the 7/7 attacks. But still the conspiracy theories mutate and move on.
Hello and welcome to BCFM's Friday Drive Time.
In Bristol, the leading 7/7 skeptic Tony Gosling hosts a regular show on community radio. Although 7/7 Ripple Effect has been discredited, he carries on disseminating it. He's playing an extract on his drive time show, which is broadcast across Bristol.
In other words, he was saying that they would write the script for and then edit and control the media coverage of an event in which there were 3 explosions on London tube trains.
The producer of that film, the 7/7 Ripple Effect, which is an intimate film, was in jail recently in Ireland, awaiting extradition to the UK.
Does the fact that John Hill has written about being the Messiah
undermine what he's saying about 7/7?
Well, to a certain extent, of course it does. But he's still making some important points. Despite the fact that he thinks he's Jesus Christ, that's what he says on his website, he does actually raise some important issues as well. So we've got to be careful, I think, with Muad'Dib not to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
A colleague from Bristol has come with Tony Gosling to spread the conspiracy message. They have come to meet a man who can open new doors for them. Dr. Nassim, the chairman of Birmingham Central Mosque.
You see, we've got two parallel strands functioning here. One is people like ourselves who are working on the internet, who've made all of these films, and we've got the Muslim community, which has its own suspicions and its own knowledge. We're working on parallel tracks, but what we need to do is have some events where we bring these two things together.
Yes.
They want to stage a meeting to unite Muslims and non-Muslims around the belief 7/7 could have been an inside job. They're going to play a video promoting conspiracy theories and stir up more suspicion.
I will provide the venue. I'll do the publicity for it. You choose the day.
Well, if we do it on the 7th, that's a Tuesday.
On the 7th of July, I think, is the time.
It's the best time to do it.
This far, the man behind 7/7 Ripple Effect, Muad'Dib, had evaded scrutiny, but we tracked him down. Ireland. The search for the man behind 7/7 Ripple Effect has brought us here. From the town of Kells, Muad'Dib has waged a propaganda war to win Britain over to his distorted vision of reality. We can reveal Muad'Dib is John Hill from Sheffield.
John Hill, BBC Conspiracy Files. Can I ask you why you've made a film accusing innocent people of mass murder on 7/7 with no evidence at all? Can I ask you why you're ignoring the huge weight of evidence against the 4 men blamed for the 7/7 bombings? You have made a film which is damaging trust in the British government and is undermining community cohesion in Britain. Is that your intention, Mr. Hill? Mr. Hill, why do you hide behind the name Muad'Dib?
Taking his name from a science fiction film, Muad'Dib, John Hill believes the Ark of the Covenant is buried nearby under the hill of Tara. A document on his website reveals he believes he is the Messiah. 7/7 is just one facet of John Hill's bizarre worldview. Since we caught up with him, John Hill has been arrested. He is facing extradition to the UK on a charge of perverting the course of justice by sending DVDs of 7/7 Ripple Effect to the judge and jury foreman in a trial linked to 7/7.